Are you representing?
Or this will be my 10th one.
So is this going to solve our energy issues? What's that?
What does your shirt say?
Thank you, President Bush. President Bush being one of the best presidents we've ever had.
Oh my God.
I'm sure you'll agree with that, right?
I gotta take your picture. I don't know if you're real or not.
Of course I'm real. I'm a Republican. I'm also a member of National Rifle Association. Yeah. Of course. Unemployment 4.5% under Bush.
¿Eres Latino?
Unemployment 4.5%.
Are you Latino?
What's that?
Are you Latino?
No, I'm from Russia. Yeah. And are you where from?
I'm from here.
You're right. Go to Cuba. Yeah, right. Like in Russia, millions of people killed, right? That's what you want? And this is your solution?
I don't know if you're fucking with me or if you're real. This guy walks up with a thank you President Bush and an NRA badge.
Of course I'm real.
I don't know if he's fucking with me.
No, I'm serious.
Is actually preacher gonna come out and like punk me or what?
No, you don't like President Bush?
Oh, man.
Why not? What's wrong with Bush?
Dude, I'm like, honestly, that is so fucking ridiculous that I'm not even gonna go into it with you. It is so ridiculous that you are wearing that shirt.
Why?
You want to come here and you want to start something with somebody because you're coming here to learn all that.
What?
Like, come on.
Well, I came from Russia. How about if I start with that premise?
Okay.
How about if I start with the fact that when I see these hammers and sickle all over here, it makes me sick because that leads to hundreds of millions of people killed. You would agree with, you know that, right?
Right, in Russia lots of people die.
Well, yeah, because of the system.
Right.
And this is what these people advocate. Do you advocate socialism and communism? Is this what you want?
I don't advocate
No, there's a
capitalism.
difference between regulation and communism. There's a difference between regulating corporations and between communism. It's not the same.
When you see hammer and sickle, and when they use the words communism or socialism, words have meaning. They have definitions, right?
And you lived it, so that's a different reality than people who have not lived it.
Well, exactly, and
I
that's
understand that.
and that's what pisses me off. I mean, when I talk to people, and when you see the symbol of a hammer and sickle, I just had a conversation with the people over there. Symbols have meaning. The meaning of the hammer and sickle is hundreds, not just millions, but hundreds of millions of people that kill for no reason whatsoever.
So I have a question for you.
Sure.
Do you think that those things happen within the communist socialist structure because of the authoritarian abuse of power?
It's not the abuse. So when you use the word abuse of power, it presupposes that there was supposed to be something different, and that's what it deteriorated into. No. When you look from the first so-called socialist revolution, which was done by Lenin, obviously, in 1917, the first thing that he did, in his own words, was the Red Terror.
True, I remember hearing about that.
And the word terror, speaking of the meaning of the words, is supposed to mean something. Terrorizing, meaning killing innocent people, and the definition of innocent people is taking somebody else's life without the due process, right? So now that we've defined the terms, communism, socialism, call it whatever you want, they're all united under one banner, which is dictators. They're all dictatorships.
So do you think it's possible to have either a communist structure or a social structure that includes democracy?
No.
That includes equal representation?
No.
Do you think any kind of
mutually
regulation on an economic level, you don't think it's possible to have the economic structure with the democratic political structure combined? So that it's like you're for no regulation. You're for absolute.
No. Of course not. No.
You're talking about a political system. Is that what you're upset about?
Well, both, because they're all interconnected. I mean, name a single so-called socialist or totalitarian country where the standard of living would be higher than that for the capitalist countries. Name me one.
Well, it depends on what you mean by standard of living. Yeah, if you mean that the
dictatorship.
Standard of living, no. If you mean like if you're looking at some of Norway, Sweden, some of the Norwegian countries have.
But they're not socialist. What's your definition of socialism?
Why do you think they're not socialist?
Because
They have socialized medicine.
see, you're using
have-
you're using a different word. You're not using the word socialism. You're using the word socialized or social, and this is a totally different thing. Social system versus socialism.
I think what they're
I-
advocating is more like a socialized
No,
system,
no,
not
absolutely,
socialism.
no. Socialism, socialism. And there was a lady over here. I was here like several weeks ago, and I just happened to bump into a lady who claimed that life in North Korea is better than the life in South Korea. Would you agree with that?
Yeah. I'm sorry, I missed.
That the life in North Korea is better than the
No,
life
the
of the
British-
people in South Korea?
Right, but I guess being on the outside, we need to deal with that.
No, it's okay. That's not bother.
Later.
Yeah,
Family,
talking back later.
No, like, I mean,
God bless Israel. Amen. God bless Israel. Israel has so good. It's good that Israel has nuclear bombs. Good for them.
why do you say that?
Why do I say that? Because the guy says Israel has 500 nuclear bombs. Okay, if that's true, nobody knows for sure.
Right.
Good for them. Good for them. Good for Israel. God bless Israel.
Oh, yeah? I don't want this spread of nuclear bombs everywhere. Do you? That just makes the world more and more dangerous.
No, that's why we were not destroyed by the Soviet Union. Had we not had nuclear, well, first of all, we won the Second World War
yeah,
to start
I
with.
understand, but I also understand that there's a point at which nuclear proliferation makes the world really
I
more
agree
dangerous.
with that.
Really more dangerous.
I agree with that, but that's where you draw the line. If it's a democracy, nuclear arms are fine. If it's not, no good. Israel does fall into the definition of being a democratic country, plain and simple.
I don't know.
Well, I do, being on both sides of the Iron Curtain. I do.
I don't want to see. I mean, and it's a moot point anyway. Israel has nuclear weapons.
We
So
don't know for sure, but I hope that they do.
we're pretty sure that they
I
do.
hope so that they do. They need them.
Well, they do actually. They're threatened on all
Oh,
sides
absolutely,
by
yeah. I mean, think.
people who want their absolute abolishment.
I mean, think about this way. If, let's say, we were hit by the rockets, even once, from Mexico, for example, or from Canada, do you think we would have been sitting hands down and doing nothing about it?
Absolutely not.
I mean, we would have ravaged the country. We would have absolutely destroyed them until we would have put the end to the aggression, right? And for some reason, when Israel defends itself, it's a bad thing. Do you think there's hypocrisy there?
No, I don't have any problem with Israel defending itself. No, I have no
Good.
problem actually. You're talking to the wrong.
All right, no, just
wrong
where we're
party.
talking.
But I do think that there has been a shift in power, and that Israel is starting to take lands that they had even after 67 war. They're taking in even more land than they had then. They're occupying territories of Palestinian folks.
Did we go into war with Mexico way back?
Right.
Did we take
absolutely.
the
And when they
New
initially
Mexico,
took
California?
it was absolutely justified. They were being threatened and attacked.
Well,
what are they going
I
to do?
raised
They're going
my-
to take as much as they can to protect it.
That's how it is.
But it's not that way now. There's been a change. You
Well,
have to-
not really. Only when it comes to Israel. Only when it comes to
There's been
Israel.
a change.
I mean, take the Second World War. When it ended, we drew the borders, and that's where we are today.
We
Nobody
didn't.
challenges
We
that.
didn't draw the borders.
Yes, we did.
No, we didn't.
Oh, of course we
The
did.
English and the French drew the borders. The Americans didn't draw the borders. So if you're,
Well,
they did.
we drew the
Whitehall
borders. I mean,
Agree-
the
Whitehall
world.
Agreement